had someone ask me if it's okay to record. Like, who cares? Did you see the new balloons monkey?
There's a new balloons monkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
He's
cowboy.
like McCree, kind of.
I'm looking this
bit.
up. I haven't played in a little bit.
Yes, I mean Cassidy.
I don't have him yet, but
his name is Desperado.
somebody said he was kind of shit.
All the new monkeys they add are usually shit.
One of his paths is pretty good.
The merman one was kind of dog.
The bottom path is good for that one. All right. All right. I'm really just gonna talk about like as if you're starting off holding first. That's what I've been doing for like the past year. It's what my team is gonna do this season. So, when you're holding forward, they could run a sack at the start. Usually, the setup is like you can have your scout soldier spotting flank. Your scout can kind of just like rotate, but you don't really need to be in the house. Your soldier can just like spot it and then dip out, I guess. You can have your gun here, your like dispenser and your telly here, I guess. Your heavy can play on the right side, and then of course you'll have like your scout demo pyromedic in like this general area. Your sniper can sometimes kind of be here, but I'd be wary of like going back towards this side because although the angle is better, like really it's hard to spy check for you back here. So, and then your spy can kind of just play wherever. Really, you just want to be playing to spot when their heals come out so that you can call for your team to exchange. I mean, this is one of those points where like you literally just have to do that because most of the time, if your team is going to be using the Uber afterwards, if they're able to get spam on your flank or your sniper or kill your heavy or even your gun, your Uber is generally going to be worse. So we need to know it like as soon as their beam is walking up that we're going to go and exchange into them. So they could run a sack at the start. If they do, it's fine. I mean, your medic can just like back up towards the gun. You guys can just be mindful of spy. Most of the time, if they're gonna run a sack, you don't want everyone to look flank because they're not gonna just send a bunch of people through the left side. But your spy can call if it looks like they're gonna run a sack wave or not. It's honestly kind of hard to save your heavy because if he plays all the way back here, they might not sack. They might just try and dry or exchange. And if he plays close, he might just be a casualty. But it doesn't really matter if he dies so long as like your entire combo doesn't explode. But just try and make sure you guys are looking at tracks if they're doing that. If there's people peeking hill or flooding left, you don't want to just ignore the kind of like demo or pyro that are doing this in the midst of the chaos. For the exchange, like I said, we want to know like when they're out of spawn. So hopefully when you guys get that call and you drop down and meet them, they're not even like past like this line. I guess like where like the sun is meeting the wall or the shadow is meeting the wall. Like you kind of want it to be like at least here. The earlier the better, of course. But like I said, if you do it too late and they're already like forcing you guys to flash a lot, they're killing the gun. A big kill for them is if they exchange, they're gonna try and immediately turn around and kill your heavy. So you guys have to be really fast. The whole point is you guys drop down fast so they either don't get that space and you can maybe get other kills on cart if they're clumped up, but it's primarily so that you can run across and flash your heavy so he can sit here. So I mean, what I would just do is like just demo scout exchange. You can leave your pyro in the gun. That's what we're probably gonna do. But you could demo scout. I guess if you want to do the opposite, like if you guys are more comfortable with your pyro down here, I guess you could do that. But I think pyro up here is better. You can drop down demo scout. You want to run over here and try and flash your heavy, and then I would just try and like after your scout makes it so your medic can flash the heavy, I would try and just stay out of the Uber. Like at that point, your heavy is going to be kind of weak, so you're going to have to keep it on him for a minute. And of course, you don't want to drop your demo. So your scout's really here just to like help your medic get to the heavy, flash him, and then in the post, your scout can help fight hill. He just doesn't want to sit around and take the rest of the Uber. In the post, if they're like actively fighting, I would still stay tracks, just kind of play like this. Something I like to do a lot of time is if they're not fighting flank, your soldier can like bomb hill when they walk tracks. So if nothing is coming flank at all and you guys don't have your gun and someone like spy checking for it, if they are coming tracks and your team is calling that they're all tracks, your soldier can just like bomb the hill and just get up here, be like really annoying, or can land here on their sniper. Because it's gonna force them to either come forward into your demo and get nuked by your soldier and heavy, or to like back up, for the soldier, and that'll give your demo and heavy some space. But generally, like I said, you'll be ending with like your NG and pyro here. If not your pyro, then your scout, and then of course your like scout demo heavy medic here. Yeah, I guess you can have your sniper here too. Like you could just be like here, and like watching hill, and then like drop down for a better angle. But like being back here in the post jumper will typically suck. If you guys get to a point where like in the post you're back here, if you really like if you don't have a way of getting on them from flank, if you don't have the gun still to keep denying the cart, if you don't have a way of getting on their sniper, it's better to just leave. Because if they're able to play their sniper and start, locking you guys out with the cart time and making sure flank is cleared out, it's like impossible to come back from. The same case goes for if you guys get bullied in this back left corner. Like if for whatever reason you guys can't end close, and you don't still have the gun to deny the cart, then you guys will have to just back up this way and just keep going. There are a lot of times where I've been in a position where, um, like we're kind of back here, or we're down a lot of people. But if you still have the telly and you still have the gun, and the gun is still denying cart, if it looks like you guys can like protect your NG and the gun to still hold it, you guys can take the telly and keep playing on first. A lot of times, like I said, if they're not good at killing the gun, you guys have the telly up. You could just sit here and reset again, and it'll just be a dry. But I would avoid like ending like back here unless you guys like got, some people down already, and you're just trying to play your sniper, maybe trying to force them as they're leaving. Just generally being here means you have to leave very fast. Sometimes with some of your Ubers, like if you guys use and you realize during the Uber you're losing a lot of people, like say you drop down an exchange. If you're exchanging here and you lose a lot of people on flank, or you realize your Uber is going really poorly, if you just decide to leave, it's better instead of going through the chicken wire to just try and leave with your Uber through main. You guys can go through side and climb up top. Of course, they're going to be chasing you, but it's better to do that than it is to just like sit back here. So, most of the time for these like post fights on first as well, I think it's better to just make it so they can't really cross into you guys, like into your demo. So we don't necessarily need to like, hold W into them like this, unless you guys can. Like if you have control of hill, you have good control of flank. Usually if you guys are playing like too aggressive like here, they could always come to the drop down to the flank house and make it so you guys can't get out in time. So I just generally try and make it so they can't really cross like this. And of course your demo can keep denying hill. But what with like I said, like you're heavy on the right side, your scout here and your sniper here. You'll have your spy and your soldier to also help kind of alleviate some pressure on hill. When you guys are backing up, I would kind of same thing for like Swiftwater. When you guys are leaving, like watch them to actively be chasing you. You want to make sure when you guys back up, like even if it's even Ubers, or like both teams have, I'd still watch for a sack. So like put your medic towards the shutter. When you guys are doing this, what I'll do is I'll always like as we're backing up, I'll trap out hill as I'm leaving, and then trap out main. So if they run a sack, I can kind of deny it a little bit and like try and stall the cart. Your demo can just kind of play around here or even this side, where you can still kind of shoot hill a little bit and you can shoot the cart. But if they sack, you can always just dip like this, and maybe shoot the heavy if he walks up to this kind of ledge. I mean, as for your gun, it kind of doesn't really matter. If they're sacking, it's probably going to die anyway, but you just put it like here. You're not going to be able to get it back in time. For the sack, I think it's probably better that your scout kind of spot main tunnel. And that'll be typical just for like your exchanges as well. Just because you can just kind of go back and forth spotting this very easily. Anyone is going to go drop down or side. And then that way your spy can be the one spotting hill. But yeah, you guys are going to run the sack. Just make sure you don't have a lot of people out here. Because if they don't go for your medic, they could go for things like your demo, your heavy, your NG. So if you guys aren't literally playing right here in the shutter, if you are playing towards the left and you can't hold it, I'd try and just back more like this, or maybe towards the left door. Let's see. I guess after the sack, for the exchange, or for like typical like holding second, of course, we really only want to keep like 2 people in the Uber. Try and keep our sniper alive during the Uber. It's very basic. If they exchange main tunnel, I really like to kind of just solo our pyro. I guess if you want your heavy to play here instead, you could maybe solo your heavy. But I think pyro is better just because you can kind of air blast them back. If you use on like your heavier demo, that if it's like a heavy exchange, Their heavy could just like keep walking and kill the gun and get up to like here. Then it's gonna be really annoying to deal with. So I'd probably just generally, if it's like even Ubers they're exchanging through main, your demo can still kind of trap this off, maybe spam behind the Uber a little bit. But I would just have your scout kind of spotted ahead of time, and then you guys can use in your pyro to stuff them. During that Uber though, people should be looking elsewhere. So like your sniper should be getting ready to look hill. Your demo can be spamming hill during the Uber. Your soldier and heavy can be like passive watching side. And then as long as they're healthy enough to either bomb main or bomb hill in the post, then your soldier is doing his job. You really don't want anyone to be at like the top of hill if that's the case though, because they could have someone run at them through this window and get picked off, especially your sniper. Sniper could peek back here and kill your sniper. So during the exchange, like you don't necessarily want to give them tons of space on hill, but I wouldn't be standing like right here. You can just have like your demo kind of deny it, you know, your pyro calls like when the Uber is ending, your medic calls when the Uber is ending, whatever. And then if they're still in main, then your demo can kind of rotate like this, and your scout can get above them as well, like here, or even your soldier if there's nothing going hill. If they're exchanging through hill, I just keep it like demo scout, or you could do demo pyro, I guess. I like doing demo scout because it allows my pyro to spy check, but if you think it's better to have your pyro than your scout, then that's fine. I mean, same thing. We meet them when they come through the choke. We don't really want them to get up here. If you guys wait until they're the ones pressuring you out, typically your Uber is going to be bad. The other team might not have to use it all, depending on the space they have. But if you guys like let them do this choke, they're the ones bullying you in a corner. They're getting their sniper set up. You guys are running away. Then we've already failed, kind of. It's like when we get the call that they're walking uphill, we meet them before they get through like this kind of line. That way, if they are all clumped up here and you guys peek on the corner you use, there's like a billion damage. They have to flash a ton of people. But the sooner we meet them, the better, because that makes it so they can't really run at our sniper. They can't kill our gun. They can't really run at our heavy. So yeah. And because you have that space before the Uber, you can maintain it like during and after it. So when the Uber is ending, you can end your Uber's aggressive. When they try walking back in through hill, it's not like that's exchange and then you come back here. It's like you guys exchange and then you stay forward. So as soon as they're walking back a hill, they're literally staring at you, rather than resulting in being back here again. Honestly, if the cart is far back and there's a lot of people in main, I kind of like to shove hill first and then deal with them. So we'll kind of like walk forward towards hill. We'll collapse on hill or bully them out, and then you guys can just spam these people down after that. If the cart is closer, though, your flank should be prioritizing the cart while your combo looks at hill. Another thing for side is if they come through side tunnel, typically I think it's a timing thing. So if they're coming through side before their combo's in, we can back up and kill side tunnel. If they're coming through side tunnel as we're collapsing, I'd rather go forward, finish our collapse on hill, then turn around and kill side. You wouldn't want like your entire team walking forward on hill and like your heavier soldier, just sitting here like 1v3ing them because they're kind of late. If they're going early, they're free kills. But if we're collapsing on hill or cart, focus these two first, and then we can turn around and kill side. And you guys can just go forward into hill, so it's harder for them to chase you. If they literally have to, commit out of side to get these kills, then it's a lot easier for you to kill them instead. Ubering through side tunnel, I really don't think is going to happen too much. I mean, if they do, you guys just need an early call. Your spy should be spotting it from further back, because most of the time, if they're going to Uber side, it's probably going to be like a surprise. They're going to be doing it from drop down, so your spy can kind of spot it from back here. And then if they do Uber side tunnel, I would just have your flank move away from the Uber and just kind of swap sides with your pyro. So say your pyro rotates away, you can solo your pyro on your side. Sometimes you can flash your demo a little bit, and then like maybe your soldier or heavy could watch main during that. I would just kind of get used to them exchanging one place and rotating somewhere else. If they exchange main, get ready to fight hill really fast. If they exchange hill and they send their flank their main, then we have to be ready to fight main pretty fast. But I think the most common will be like you'll see teams exchange main and then rotate hill, or their combo will come back in their main and their sniper and flank will go hill. If that's the case, your spy can kind of call for your flank to collapse. Like if you're playing second, they exchange main, their flank is going hill. You can usually trust in like your demo, pyro, maybe even your heavy. If there's a lot in main, you guys can get these kills first, and your spy can call for a collapse on hill of like your soldier scout spy, where you guys kill the NG sniper and like scout together. And same thing, like if we're doing that, we're trying to collapse here, collapse people on cart, get above them. and then we can do it with side tunnel. I'll just real quick go through disad, but if you're at disad on second, really we're just trying to kite wherever they're not going. So if they're going hill, I would probably just like trap this off, get your sniper set up in the shutter, or it could be like towards this left side, I guess. You want to have your flank a little further back when they're doing these ad Ubers, because if they sit here, even if they feel like they can get out, if their Uber is really good, they're gonna try and chase these kills in the shutter. They're not just gonna let the shutter close and be like, all right, they're gone. You know, they're gonna try and collapse on these people in here. So probably have your soldier heavy buffed before they use through hill. Play a little further back, so when that post ends, they can fight out of this shutter or maybe even this left door. And what I typically try and do is just like trap off hill, trap out main, and then I'll kind of just like play here. So if they come through hill, it takes me like 2 seconds to meet my team, and like your sniper, scout, medic, pyro can play here or near the shutter. And then when they want to rotate, they just go through this left door. You don't have to go all the way back tracks, and you guys can just meet up with your demo. If you guys are already playing towards the track side and you're here and you just back up together, then that's fine too. But remember, they're going to be trying to chase your flank, so you have to get ready to come back in fast. When you're doing this, the biggest thing your spy can do is play to get on their sniper in the refight. That actually like allows your team to get out of the shutter. You'll have people who can still stop the cart. That's not really your spy's job. Like you'll have your demo scout walk out, your soldier can bomb it, but we need to like alleviate some of that pressure. So if the sniper's already dead, but the demo's forward trapping our shutter, then we have to get on the demo. But when the sniper is like dead or pressured out or called that someone's getting on him, that's when you guys will all swing out and start fighting him. And of course, at that point, it's kind of just dependent on what's closest. If their combo's closest, deal with them first. If the card's closest, deal with them, and then you guys cannot let their combo out. But yeah, if the cart is far back, I would kind of play it a little slower. Try and kill these people near your shutter or even in your lobby first. I wouldn't want to send a bunch of bodies to go fight the cart and then die if they have high ground above us, and then you guys actually can't come back in. So if they're going through main tunnel, I would kind of just do the opposite. It's like you can still trap this again, but instead of kiting deep tracks, I'd probably try and kite up to hill instead. Because of course, if their combo's going to Uber through main, their flank's going to kind of go the opposite. So if that's the case, I'd try and like usually I kind of call this if like maybe we're gonna get Uber soon, or they're down some people, or I think we're getting good spawns. I like to kind of kite up to hill. If you're still down a lot of people or nowhere near Uber, then of course it's fine for you to get ready to play backtracks and get ready to leave. But I like to kind of kite up to hill if we're gonna get Uber or spawner soon. You can kind of get up here, stuff their sniper, stuff their scout, and then maintain height above them, and then drop down when they're leaving. But yeah, it's kind of the same thing. You would have like your demo scout, pyro medic go hill, and then you can have your soldier either watch side or go hill with you guys, and then kind of be on them on the cart. So actually, come to think of it, you could probably have your pyro stick with your NG to spy check, and you could have like your demo medic scout soldier go hill. They can get above them. Your heavy gets near the shutter with your sniper, and that way someone's with your NG, someone's with your sniper, someone is above them on hill. But yeah. For third, make sure you guys are leaving early. If you're down a lot of people, you don't want to get caught on the way out, especially if they chase you through this drop down. For third, if you guys are waiting on some spawns, it's fine to kind of sit on the platform and chill for a second. I've been mindful of the high bomb. It's just kind of hard to spot back here because this ledge covers it. So I'd probably be like here for someone to see it. Your spy should be trying to spot if they're going flank. If not your spy, it could be your scout or soldier. You just get them above, they can kind of spot the deep right side. But it shouldn't be like, oh, our spy's dead, therefore we can't spot at all. Like I probably have like your scout, try and get up here, spot where they're coming through so your combo can rotate, or you at least know where they're going when you get your spawns. You really don't need anyone playing in main. They should be trying to sack on the transition if they have a lot of kills. Especially if the cart is kind of far back, just because there's really nothing else for them to do anyway. So I would probably have your medic further near the spawn, like back here. You can just have your medic get ready to spy check. You can have someone look up, and then your NG can have the gun and be a little more passive. Once they sack, you guys get the kills, and you guys can play forward and swing out. If you're gonna swing, regardless of what it's after. You guys are always going to peak together. So when someone is gonna I think for us our queue is when our soldier bombs out. So our soldier will swing out to the right side, and then heavy, demo, scout, medic, we all peek out at the same time, as opposed to someone peeking, eating 100 damage, backing up. Someone peeking, eating 100 damage, backing up. Because it's gonna be, especially if there's a lot of people on the choke, or there's a minion sniper here, it's gonna be very, very small time differences of people peeking and then being unable to fight again. But we'll just swing out together. And if your scout's not already on flank, when you guys are peeking out, you can just have your scout or soldier quickly check the drop down behind you guys, so you know. And then you want to play on the right. So once you kind of get that, established, I guess, forward. I'm not really gonna talk about playing too deep to the right side. The most I'll kind of do is if I get the chance, I'll come over here and kind of trap this off. You can have someone call it, but also you can just kind of spot this through the window if you want. You can get your soldier heavy deep on the right side and get your sniper up on these rocks to kind of peek them when they come through main. Sometimes, and Froggyland used to do this, if you guys get super forward, you could have your soldier and heavy playing with your sniper, and your sniper playing deep back here. So if they start peeking this far right side, they peek your sniper, and he can still back up to your combo.
I know what you did wrong.
But I'd probably just play standard over here. You guys can just play this side. You move your gun up to the point just because it's harder for them to see. You could maybe even put it up here still, but I just think if you guys are going to actually meet them at the door, then this gun is too passive. If it's here and no one is able to get through drop down, no one's able to peek the window, and no one's able to peek flank, the gun can't really be shot at too much. The hardest part about this is controlling this window, though. So it should be when you're doing this, you have your medic and pyro here, your demo could be here. You can have your gun, and your sniper can kind of just rotate. Your sniper could be here, peeking deep flank. Your sniper could be here with your combo. Your sniper could rotate over here with your flank, and like I said, peek deep like this. But it's better than just having your sniper and NG play back here. If you're playing forward, they're kind of just being useless. So, and there's really no way anything can get on you from drop down, unless there's a telly or they were here before you guys cleared it out. If you guys are playing here to the right side, you can see anyone going drop down, so you really don't have to worry about anything getting behind you. If you guys do and you think you don't have the numbers to hold it, then of course you could back up and kind of deal with them. But I'd still kind of generally play like this to meet them. Hardest part about this, like I said, is for the window. It's usually the sniper. So if the sniper's called we're peeking window, every single person is spamming him. Of course, you'll still have your gun, your scout, your heavy, your demo to kind of help deny things in main. So it's not like everyone starts shooting the sniper and they get their main for free. You will have other people here to deal with this. But usually there's a huge emphasis on demo, sniper, pyro, soldier shooting at the sniper here in this window. If the sniper is able to sit here in this window and kill your demo, then peek a little longer and kill your sniper, your team is either gonna have to back up, give up all that space, or they're gonna have to hide in this corner because now they can't cross back in the sniper side. If that's the case and you guys feel like you literally can't pressure them out, I'd probably just literally walk into the door. If you have Uber or both teams have Uber, you can just walk into the door and make it so the sniper has to back up. So I'd probably come forward to spam him out. If their combo is just sitting here, then we can try and kill them in this room. Same thing if they go deep right. If you guys have ad and they commit to that deep right side, you can have your flank push one way, your combo can come this other side to cut them off. And then same thing, you guys can get traps here, get your sniper to get a deep peek, and you can play, like this. So if you are at disad, or I'll just quickly finish the Ubers. Just if you're kind of like I said on second, if you're playing these forward exchanges, you need to end aggressive. So if you're playing to exchange here in the bracket, or when they come through lockers, that does not mean you exchange here and then run away. It's if your exchange is going, it really depends on if your exchange is going good. If you guys call, your Uber is a lot better, they're weaker, they're flashing more, their positioning is bad, I would stay out. If you guys call hey, our Uber's a lot worse, it could be you drop some people, their Uber's longer, so they're going to chase deeper, maybe your flank died during it. Those are the situations where I would back up. So kind of calling how your Uber is going compared to theirs is going to be really important. But generally, I would try and stay forward so that we don't give them that space at all, and you can stay with your flank. So yeah. Another thing is if you guys are actually playing out to the right side, you can heal your flank. So if their combo comes over here, your demo can just do this. maybe your heavy can watch the opposite side. But I think this is a lot better for supporting your flank overall if you're not at massive disad. So if you are at massive disad, there's a few things. We want to try and force them when they're like kind of far back. It's kind of shitty to force them when they get up to this corner because it's really hard to come back from. So typically what I'll do is like you can trap out like this. You can maybe trap out like the drop down here, maybe above this, whatever. If you guys have time to like maybe make a play on their combo, this is more for like your spy or your flank. But if you guys have time to like make a play on their combo or their sniper before they get Uber or as they're getting in, that's ideal because it's really far back. The only thing is your combo can't really assist in that. Like if your spy wants to collapse them when they come through lockers, so you force them far back, you need to have like I said, it's like those like soldier scout spy kind of things. But I would try and call that in advance if you're trying to force them when they get through the door. Your combo can't really help you. But generally for your flank, if your combo, is trying to force them like here or even here, for your flank, you don't want to just be sitting here or even up here on the right side because you're just going to get outnumbered and die pretty easily. So probably what I'd do is see if we can force them. You can have your heavy already getting ready to peek these rocks instead. You can spot the drop down. You can refight from this right side. But I typically have like when they're using in soldier heavy scout come white room and they'll whip each other to the right side. You can have like your scout and soldier get on their sniper and the cliff players, and your heavy can peek this to shoot the opposite side of the cart. And of course, at that point, you guys are able to refight from a totally different area. If they're using in and your half your combo is back here or in the dispenser, and your flank is sitting right here, they're just going to turn around. They're going to kill your flank, and they're going to make it so you can't touch the cart at all. So you want to try and full buff your soldier heavy scout before this, and their plan should be going to white room. Sometimes if your heavy can kind of get in this position or even this position beforehand, and he's fine, then you can just sit here. But their spy will be looking to call that. So it's kind of just on like your combo or maybe your spy to call when the Uber is ending for them to peek out because they can't really do it themselves without giving their position away. So yeah, if you guys are leaving, one thing I'd say, like biggest thing for watching for a sack into last is if like you guys don't have a gun or don't have a lot of hit scan. Usually, if you don't have a gun on last, it's like very very easy for them to sack because it does so much work. But I guess I'll talk about like the two ways. If you guys leave from third and you still have your gun, you have your heavy. If they're gonna sack, I'd still kind of play semi close. Like I guess I'll kind of play like this, play like about here maybe. So you can still kind of like stop them if they're coming through main and if they come through bedroom, but you're not like holding super close here where you're definitely gonna die. You also shouldn't be playing here where you guys are gonna get forced or dropped. I just kind of see if the gun can either people bombing and your demo sniper and I guess your scout can look at the people flooding through main and bedroom. If you don't have a lot of people alive or you're down your gun, I would come out the right side instead. Not necessarily the far right spawn, just because I think it takes too long. But if they're not locking out your spawn door, you can come out this way. So if they do run their sack, you guys can still spot it, and you might be able to still deny some people coming through main or red room. But if they run their sack, it's a lot harder for them to get over here. They can't really surf into this room. And like once you're back here, really you guys have to worry about like spy or people walking up from flank, which your spy or flank should be trying to spot. When they come out of spawn and they're doing that, we should be trying to spot if people are going deep flank or big door. A lot of times teams will back up for that sack, and then instantly like someone will jump onto their heads because they were deep flank already. So being here doesn't really help you. But yeah, so those are just the two ways I defend against that. Otherwise, I just kind of play close, like I said, just generally being here. I think it's all dependent on where their flank is playing, that your flank kind of plays the same. So generally, I'll have my heavy kind of sitting outside of a red room like this. Not really on this wall, because he'll just get peeked from both sides. No one can really help him. But this wall is like fine, maybe even here. And you can kind of wait until people are fighting your demo, and then he drops down after to peek them, rather than dying before. Of course, you'll have your gun sitting up here. You'll have your demo medic pyro kind of playing around here. You can have your sniper play in this corner, sometimes peeking their main. But if they're big door, I wouldn't be doing that just because they could make it so your sniper can't cross back. So then they're just going to keep doing this to him over and over again. If no one is playing flank and they're all going red room, the best thing about it is your soldier can rotate back and forth. So if there's a lot more people in main and red than there are on flank, your soldier doesn't have to play here. He can play with your heavy to kind of make it so he's not getting 2v1 constantly. That'll make it so your demo can play more aggressive. Because if your demo wants to actually like walk into big or like do like this even, where you're not deep into big door, then having a soldier here will help your heavy a lot. So he doesn't peek this and then someone push from behind. You really just need your scout and spy to be spotting if they go flank. If there's too many things on flank, then of course it takes like one rocket jump for your soldier. But that's better than having your heavy play on the right side. Let's see what else. For the exchanges, I would just keep it demo pyro. Before the exchange, I actually tell my heavy to back up because if we're going to be exchanging, I don't want my soldier heavy, whoever it is, sitting here. They're either going to blow up instantly or they're going to need like a good portion of the Uber so that they can run away. You're not just flashing your heavy so he can sit here. You'd be like flashing him so that you can keep it on him so he can just run away while Ubered. That's not what we want to do. We want to like keep them outside of the Uber if we can or from a safe distance, like probably here where you can't really reach them as bad, but we can still keep it on our demo pyro enough so that they can run away and they're not, flashing fewer people than we are. If they exchange through Red Room, I would just do kind of same thing. We like you just really kind of keep it primarily on your pyro. You can flash your demo maybe, but just kind of to shoot main, maybe big door a little bit towards the end. And if they go through flank, you can just rotate. It really shouldn't be your entire combo. If they go flank, it's not like your combo should be here and then disappear to the right side. It should be we focus our attention to flank. I'd still want my sniper watching big door, of course. You could still have your heavy kind of play semi-close like this. But if they're going deep flank, we just need to focus our spam over there. So be like your soldier, your scout, your demo can kind of be here shooting this as well. Or even temporarily, you can rotate over here, spam them out, take your exchange, and then in the post, you guys meet big door. You just don't want to put yourselves in positions where you hear they're going flank and suddenly like 70% of your team disappears and you're all over on this side. Like re-fighting from here sucks. There's really no point in going over here other than your scout or soldier. So I typically just, like I said, rotate. You can either sit here, you can spam them on the right side with your soldier and your scout, or if your combo rotates, you can come over here, spam them out, and then play to meet big door in the post. I think some teams might try and do this, but I do know that in the past it's been kind of common to try and kill the gun from flank or exchange flank, and then in the post instantly go big instead. Even if they don't use their Uber, they just need to try and kill the gun, maybe get a little pressure on the sniper, and then peek through big. If you guys stay on flank, when they come through big door, there's really nothing pressuring them at all. If they kill the gun and pressure your sniper out, they're gonna get back through big and kill your heavy, and then their Uber is gonna be like here. And of course, that's going to be a lot harder for you to come back from. So, yeah. I think that's generally it for Uber. It's kind of the same thing. I try and stay aggressive. You can have your sort of like bomb their main or, sit up here in the post. But I generally kind of same thing where we like sit here in the post Uber so we don't let them back in. We should be trying to make it so if they try and getting through big door, you're actually stopping them from walking into your demo and pyro. I guess for dis add-on last, again, it's going to be kind of awkward because if they go through red room, there's not really a lot of places you can kite to. But for dis add-on last, of course, we need an early spot. If they're going deep through flank, the good thing is it's really hard to get through flank without using. So I try and you can set up a trap above flank, maybe have your soldier spy for a pinch, so they have to use really early. You guys can kite towards the left. And if we're kiting towards the left like this, we need to focus on keeping our demo and sniper alive. Your sniper still has to watch big door. You can still have your heavy play towards the left, maybe deny the soldier comes through, and your demo can look at things that come through red room and main. If your pyro dies and stuff this Uber, like if your pyro's here air blasting them, or even over here, then it's still fine. As long as we actually get out of the spawn and go left. You don't want to have them use far right and then either your entire team here or sitting here. Also, typically, if they're doing that, I like to have my sniper NG go at the left spawn. Whether you get bullied in spawn or just kind of behind, like the PC here, the console, whatever, then you can have your sniper NG at the left side. You start building your gun here. Your sniper can still watch big door. It's kind of hard for spy to get a lot of value here. It should be easy for your NG to spy check, and the gun will still be able to deny people who come through red room. But it's just going to be your combo moving the opposite sides, of course. You just need a really early call and an early force to do that. If they go through big door, it's kind of the same thing I just said before this. We're like, we force them through big or through tracks, come over here, spend their flank out, refight through this side. It's very self-explanatory. Just make sure you're not all peeking this here. That's why we have some people go out of the left spawn. It could even be your heavy. If your heavy doesn't like peeking this, and maybe you're down your NG or you just want your heavy to go far left instead. If your heavy doesn't want to wrap flank with your soldier and scout, he can come at this left side while your demo and pyro peek this side here. Just try not to peek it close. The heavy will almost always be sitting here. So I'd like to peek it from further back like this, so we actually have some time to react. And then red room, same thing. I had to kind of just get an early force. If they are coming red room, I'd probably send your soldier and heavy to wrap flank a little sooner. So instead of putting ourselves in a position where they Uber through red room and suddenly your heavy has to pull out the fist of steel and run away as your pyro is trying to stop it. If we get the call they're going red room and we think they're going red, buff your demo, buff your pyro, get ready to have your pyro try and deny the Uber and back up a little bit with it. You can already have your soldier and heavy buffed, getting ready to rotate to fight the right side. Or even you can have your soldier heavy buffed to fight the right, and then in the post your heavy can peek this main side. That's another situation where if they get through red room and they start crossing over to your flank, it's good for your sniper and MG to alleviate some pressure by coming out this side here. And I guess lastly, if you guys have to go far right, if you come all the way over here, if they get forward space or an Uber or whatever, try and come out this right side. You can get your sniper set up. So if they're playing deep left, he can kind of cut them off or make it so they can't really leave. You want to get your flank set up on the right side. So if they are caught on tracks, they can wrap them. But it's like you guys do a split. You're not all going flank and going top right. It's like your flank can go there. Maybe like your soldier scout, maybe your heavy scout. You can have your soldier up here. And then once your sniper has kind of taken this angle, he can rotate to the left with your combo sitting here. You guys are going to try and pinch them from like 4 different sides. That should be the way you would like get out of like the forward hold if they are shoving through your last. But also if they take like a good Uber and you are forced to run into spawn, that's the best way to get out of your spawn. So, any questions for defense? Offense will be quicker, kind of, since I explained everything already. I have 3 things that I was going to answer, but I was going to wait till the end. So, actually, I think they're defense oriented, so I could just. I think I kind of went over some of these things already, but I guess I'll just reiterate. Can you please explain how to play the Uber on defense first, aggro, and post fight? Where should people end? I mean, kind of like I said, same thing. You guys want to meet them early, get a call of when they're coming out of spawn. We're going to run over here and flash our heavy, and then try and keep it on just your heavy demo. In the post, we should be trying to end on track so we can fight them, but not literally sitting like all the way down here. So it would be like your heavy demo sniper, your scout. Your pyro can sit near your gun, because if they're able to kind of take control of flank, it'll be a lot harder on your combo. Your pyro should kind of be here to help look for a spy and even the soldier. And of course, your soldier can still be spotting flank. At this point, your spy can kind of call if they're going flank or if they're going tracks, because he can just spot it near the drop down or like near their spawn. It's not really that hard. But if nothing is going flank or you guys have dealt with it, then your soldier can bomb hill and bomb tracks when your combo peaks out. That is how you guys should be ending your exchange on first. For second, she asks, if they Uber through tunnel, should I solo my pyro? Should demo say how to look at hill? Yeah. If they're Ubering through tunnel, you don't want a bunch of people sitting in the dispenser or near the gun at all. I should just keep it like your scout can spot it. Maybe your demo soldier can spam it a little bit. Keep it primarily on your pyro, and then your demo scout can look elsewhere during the Uber. So like maybe side tunnel, maybe if they're peeking hill. And in the post, because people are healthy, they're retaining their crit heals, they're buffed, whatever. Then fighting through main or fighting through hill should be pretty easy. If you got a bunch of people kind of sitting around here, whether they used to on their demo or their heavy or their pyro even, you're gonna have to flash a lot more people if you're sitting here. But your pyro should just make it so demo kind of can't do anything at all. And if a heavy starts walking up, you just kind of air blast him back. You can even kind of get him stuck in this corner where he can't really leave at all. Or I guess if your pyro is really early, maybe even off the cliff entirely. And then third, I kind of already talked about how you guys are going to swing out on third. Can you explain exactly how to hold ladder's flank on third if we aren't able to set up immediately get the opportunity to? How should that look? I mean, if the sniper's in the window, we just get the call from our spy or whatever, and we peek out together. If your spy is not in a position to actually get on their sniper, we just have to bite the bullet and peek out together. So it'd be like your soldier can bomb out, your sniper starts peeking the sniper together, your heavy pyro scout demo peek as well. And it's gonna be kind of hard to get on him. Maybe if they're really forward, you could have your flank go white room already. If that's the case, you know, kind of like I said, how you're going to be doing after your disad Ubers, if they have a lot of momentum right here. But generally, if you just kind of have control of the backtracks and kind of platform area, if their sniper is sitting here, it's really just about peeking together and seeing if your spy can get on him. Sounds kind of stupid, but even like you could even have like your pyro when you guys peek out together, your pyro tries to set the sniper on fire and then peeks out. That's kind of what my team does. I know Jacob doesn't typically play pyro, but the way he's been playing pyro for our team this season is strictly to just be super, super annoying to the sniper. So I know it kind of sounds very counterintuitive to say like flare spam the sniper, but if you guys are going to peek out, if you're able to set him on fire, or if anyone is able to shoot him at all, just so he can't stand there or it starts flinching, then it kind of helps your team peek out, and you can still spy check afterwards. Squid likes holding by ladders in general, but I don't feel confident in swinging, blah, blah, blah. Especially not against... Okay, so... I mean, if you guys are going to be playing on the right side, like I said, it's just about walking into their sniper. So it's about pressuring him out so you guys can actually cross the platform or getting here before he's there. This is something I've complained to my teams about a lot in the past, is I'll call play on the right when the sniper is not here. Then we wait long enough for him to be there, and then they say as an excuse, I can't do it, he's watching. It's like you had like a 15, 20-second window to get there before he was there. It's just about you guys have to do it before the sniper gets set up, so then you guys can peek out. And if the sniper's actively peeking the window, we need to all concentrate our spam on him. I promise you, like the heavy, the soldier, the spy, the demo are not as big of a threat, whether they could be main or even far right, than the sniper that's sitting here. And if you guys are really close, like here, if there are combos here too, you could potentially walk forward and even use into them and exchange in this room or cut them off if they're here and it's ad. That should be, let's say, answering those questions for holding third. Let's go over offense. So for offense, of course, check 6 above your spawn, 6 on cart, could be 6 here. I like to just kind of fast exchange. Just give your spy a second or two to kind of spot where they're holding. If he says they're back by chicken wire, you guys go flank. If he says they're holding close, we exchange fast. If you have a lot of time, you could sack. It's not really necessary. I think kind of sacking on this point is kind of hard. Just because you have to kind of get over here where they're all bunched up. The gun denies demo and soldier so well. So I think if you guys are going to sack, you need a sap on the gun. Probably wait for your spy to get in position and get the cart close a little bit. And then when you guys are sacking, say like your demo, soldier, spy, get on them on flank, you can have your sniper peek them on hill. Really, you're just trying to create chaos. Your med doesn't really need anyone in spawn, but like say, I guess just thought experiment. You could have like your spy sap the gun, your soldier and demo jump, your pyro could go through flank, and then during all this chaos, your sniper and heavy can peek hill. So you can kind of shove the heavy out, maybe get above him. You can have your sniper peek, and you're getting cart time at the same time. I think that would be a good sack. Of course, that kind of takes a little preparation, but if you guys don't want to do that, you don't have to. I just think typically doing like those little 3-4 man sack waves are not very efficient against that hold. So if you guys are going to exchange, like I said, I don't like showing any flank presence before or during the Uber. I want to make it so they can't just find out where our flank is going. Like I want them to be guessing. Like, okay, maybe my flank is getting buffed back here. Their spy doesn't know if we're going to go right or if we're going to go hill, tracks, drop down, doesn't matter. But I like to just demo scout. Come out the spawn, buff your sniper. You guys can demo scout tracks. I'd always try and clear this or anywhere near the rocks first, because if you're able to find the spy out of spawn, the exchange will usually be a lot better for you if you can't call it. But we can demo scout. What I like to do when we're using around this corner, just kind of about like here we use in case the sniper's watching. Use around this corner. Instantly, I'm gonna turn around and shoot the heavy, because if we kill the heavy, fighting from hill is going to be a lot easier in the post. If we don't kill the heavy, we can at least get them to flash him so their Uber isn't on something like a scout or a pyro, and their Uber is going to be either a little worse than ours if they're flashing more, or like the same length. Um, you know, so I'd kind of get about here, and your demo and scout should turn around and try and kill this heavy, make it so he has to get flashed. Your scout could potentially even run behind with the force. That's something that, or with the flash, I guess. That's something that Blank and Wish like to do. I think we'll be trying to do the same thing. I'm not entirely sure, but you could just give your scout a flash, run behind. Either the scout will have to come and chase you, so people have more space forward, or he has to just leave you. So when you guys are posting hill and posting tracks, your scout can get in, kill the heavy, and then get on their demo. I think that's typically pretty good as well. What I like to do, and I've been trying to tell my team, or I kind of told my heavy a little bit, that helped us last season, is their demo would be playing really deep on tracks. So what I did to kind of make it so the pyro sitting here doesn't just reflect all of your demo spam is I would shoot at the heavy on hill as demo, and then a post give our heavy 450, and he'll just walk tracks. So if the pyro sits here trying to deny your demo spam, they're getting shredded by your heavy, and then your demo can be here shooting people like the demo, the sniper, the medic, or the heavy right here as well. So if we're able to kind of get control of hill, get control of tracks, generally all we have to worry about then is the gun. So you can have your heavy go tracks, your demo go tracks, and then when you start shooting at the heavy, your scout and NG can flood over him. There's no way he can maintain all that on his own. And then in the post, it should just be like, like I said, your spy and soldier sapping the gun. Or getting on the gun together. I generally like to try and control tracks and hill first, and then we can get on the gun. Because once you're about here, if you guys aren't like blindly feeding, walking to the gun sight line, then your spy can get on the gun in the midst of the chaos, and your soldier will bomb it. And at that point, you just chase them out. So pushing second. If you have some forward momentum, I'd still keep trying to go hill. Keep your scout NG on cart. You can get your soldier heavy maybe main or side tunnel. I prefer main, so they can't really come out of that side door as comfortably. But you get your sniper demo set up on hill with your medic. If the cart's far back, you don't have a lot of people. We're just trying to get our sniper some shots before we back up. But if you guys have massive Uber, you've got a lot of space and time. I try and play forward. So if they do try coming out of the shutter or this right door, you guys are here to lock them out. You can keep your pyro with your sniper, but I would still have like your demo walk forward with maybe your heavy or your soldier to kind of meet them here or even back here. For like typical second exchanges, just like keep it very basic. I don't really like anyone to go side. You guys would exchange main. If you exchange main, you could do demo pyro, maybe demo heavy. We're just trying to make them use flash a little bit, see if we can kill the gun, and then we'll back up. If you want your flank to go hill in the post while your combo goes main, it should be like your scout, your sniper, and your NG. Your soldier can like bomb through main or bomb through side even, but we're just trying to keep our flank where they can get in from a different angle, and it's better for your sniper overall. Because once you get in, you get kills. You get kills on your side, your shutter, in the dispenser, whatever. Then your flank will drop down and go to the cart. But typically, unless it's like an ad Uber where you need to bring them to you or run away, I won't be on cart during any of these fights. It's always like get kills first, get space, then go to the cart. And you don't even need that much cart time. Like if you guys go hill, you get some kills in some space, you just need your NG just like 2 steps to the right, and now he's doing his job. You don't need your scout and pyro and demo and medic and sniper. Like no one else needs to go to the cart really. If you guys are exchanging on hill, I just like demo scout, nothing else. You can have your soldier heavy buffed outside a tunnel, kind of like back by here. That way they're not really being spotted tunnel during the Uber, or like peeked by anyone else if they're like shoving them. And I like if we're gonna exchange on hill demo scout, I like for my sniper NG to be flank. I really don't need anyone inside or on cart during this. I just prefer your NG to be near hill. but you could have your sniper here to protect, or your NG here to protect your sniper. That way you guys aren't flashing a bunch. You all go up here, flashing a bunch of people, you're going to blow up. So just walk through, you guys can demo scout, make the muse, back up a little bit, and then in the post, come back in. You want to just swing wide to the left side. Like, get over here. Your demo should not be the first person forward. It should be like probably your scout or maybe your pyro, and then you can have your demo kind of be here too. If your demo is isolated in this corner, you guys are all back here, you're not doing it right. And you can just make it so that you guys, your pyro and NG, talk about what they want to look at. If your NG says, I want to be the spy checker for Hill, your pyro will look for the soldier. If it's the other way around, then so be it. But you don't want both of you to be looking forward or backward to get mulched by the other guy. And of course, like same thing at this point. We get control of left, lock them out, get kills, and then you guys will start the cap. Be mindful, by the way, for this. You can put sticks inside this point. So a lot of times, like if demos have time to leave, you should always be checking traps if the demos could leave safely, because you could just roll over the card and instantly like lose 3 people. So from here, I like to get a lot of momentum on flank. So you can have your scout NG on cart. I'm going to go deep flank with our sniper. If you guys have a lot of kills, you can come through the window fast. If you don't, and you're trying to get people set up, I'd probably sit here for a second till the cart gets close. Then we'll go deep flank. If you go here too soon, they could just wrap you. Remember, you're missing like 2 or 3 people from the fight. You're missing your NG, your scout, and of course your spy is going to be crossing too. So if you're going to be down those 3 people, I wouldn't instantly go this far back on flank. They could always just shove the cart, come behind you guys, and when you're leaving to go back, they cut you off. Like I said, get your people set up on flank. It should be like your sniper, your heavy, your soldier, your demo pyromedic. You can have your scout NG on cart. But once the cart gets to about here, you really don't need your scout on cart anymore. Your scout is better off rotating to play with your combo and kind of just for the speed and spy checking instead. And you can have your NG just with the setup in main kind of being, spy checking and occasionally touching the cart here. I don't like having a lot of people in main just sitting here blowing up or suiciding for the cart over and over again. So yeah, our goal is take control of flank, right? We want to try and bully out their flank first. If it's an exchange, I want to try and kill the gun before the Uber. So you can have your sniper here, maybe with your pyro. Your soldier and spy can try spamming the gun too. We use, and usually when you're going to use, don't drop all the way down. If they're playing close in the bracket, just use here, make them use, back up. If they're back in the dispenser, same thing. We can kind of use here through this left side. We can force them, turn around and get these kills. And then same thing, go back the way you came. So you end on the high ground. If you guys are using your Ubers and you're doing this, we're now completely separate. If for whatever reason anything goes wrong during the Uber, you guys are stuck in main, your combo and sniper on flank with no heals. Of course, you can kind of switch this up however you want. Like, if you want your heavy to be main in the post, they're ending out, you can do that. If you want your heavy to be drop down, you can do that. But I typically like to kill the gun a little before the Uber or before our dry is initiated. That way, it's not really denying our soldier in the cart, but your demo doesn't have to spend the entire Uber shooting at a sentry instead. And of course, in the post, you just get your sniper set up deep on flank. So you can just have like your pyro and soldier with him here. We get space. Once he has some kills, then your soldier can bomb either off this or say, okay, I guess our sniper's fine. And then he'll go over here and bomb off this wall. And that's when you guys all swing. You guys should be getting forward so they don't block the cart. You don't get in and all start doing this. You get forward so they cannot touch the cart at all, and you lock them in spawn. Your teammates will cap behind you. You don't let them cap while you're just pressuring behind them like this. Okay. And if they do that shit where they go deep flank, just try and have your spy spot it. You can kind of avoid putting immediate bodies on cart or have them play to the right side, and you can have your flank prioritize them. So instead of everyone trying to collapse in their combo backtracks, once you've got your sniper and demo set up and you can lock them out, you can have your soldier and spy collapsing these people back here. But also on demo, if no one's fighting me back here, I just look at this heavy so you can't peek. And then just quickly for last, because I've been talking a lot. Sack on transition. If the gun is up or their sniper's up, you guys can't get in, that's fine. Reset outside. I like to get the cart about here. So get the cart about here. You guys can go outside. I like to get buffed back here instead of resetting this way. That way, if they rush red room for whatever reason, you guys don't get cut off or lose your crit heals. And then our exchange. Typically, like I said, gun dead before the Uber. I like to go big, so you could have your spy be really anywhere. Your soldier can still be outside of red room with your heavy, so you guys don't get pinched, and he can just kind of shoot the gun from like main and then back up. And your demo can be here from big with your sniper. So our goal is spam out the gun. You guys can take your exchange around the corner, and you want to back up to your sniper. You don't back up to main or deep flank. It's like we use through big, we exchange, back up to our sniper. So you can get in through a door that's got some open space and support your sniper again. Oftentimes, their flank might even try and get on your sniper during the Uber. You guys use this way, back up, you could even catch them out. But I like to have my sniper or pyro and NG with our sniper. That way, if someone runs at him for whatever reason, he should not get stabbed or two shot. Because again, same thing. We're worrying about getting kills and locking them in spawn before we start putting bodies here. You do not need one dude just touching the cart like this over and over again. Your spy and scout can reset it a lot quicker and still do their job. Sometimes what I like to do is you can go flank to kill the gun. You can kind of bring your combo and your heals over here, shoot the gun a little bit, and then rotate and exchange through big door. And other times, I guess, I like doing this if it's an ad Uber. Recently, what we've been doing is we do our pyro demo through red room with our medic. So we Uber through red. Our soldier and heavy will go deep flank, and our sniper and NG will be in big door. So I have our sniper NG here, our flank going deep flank for when they come out of the left spawn. Demo pyro Ubering through red, and then once you're gonna get some kills, you get some space. Your NG and sniper can come forward so that your NG can get some cart time. Regardless of where you take your ad Ubers, though, it should be the same theme of like kills before cart. Get to the spawn and physically stuff them here or back left before you start throwing bodies. If you guys use an Uber and like half of you are sitting back here doing this, cart's not going any faster. You're just letting them get out of spawn. It'd be good if you could even rotate and get your sniper set up this way. So if your demo is locking out the right spawn, they try coming out the left, they're deep peeking your sniper, kind of like I talked about on defense. And of course, you can have your heavy play here. Really, at this point, it's just about denying them that left rotation so that they don't just get above you guys here or deep in big door shooting your flank. Usually, what I'll call if their flank is going too early, back up and kill their flank first. Otherwise, if they're slow, go to the spawn, kill these people, then turn around and kill the flank after. Once their combos kind of locked in spawn or dead, these guys have to peek you or lose. So, and then there's just like other basic things you guys already are aware of, like don't reset out here. Make sure you guys aren't staggering outside of big door. If you guys actually get to the point where you're literally getting forward held and you can't even reset outside, I would just reset further outside of white room or even deep from flank and then send your split. I guess you could always, if you want to try getting outside without actually peeking white room or maybe catch them by surprise, you can use the drop down, I guess. This is good if you want to do like surprise flank groupers where you want to go fast. You guys just go deep left like this, and you could have like your scout or pyro lead so they can check if anyone's spotting it. But you guys know, obviously, at this point, like not to reset here and outside of red. I think I've kind of talked about everything. I don't really think there's anything I left out, unless I don't know. All right.
Yep.
All right. Hopefully, I answered the specific questions well enough.
That was good.
All right. Yep. Are you guys playing?